Welcome to the Cosmic Business Breakthrough Podcast. I'm your host, Sophia Pallas, and this podcast is for soulful entrepreneurs who want to harness the cosmic power of astrology to elevate their message, unlock flow, and attract their best clients ever. Join me every week and get excited to discover how you can use the energy of the cosmos to get the business breakthrough you've been waiting for. Welcome back, wonderful people. It's time for the final installment of the Business by the Elements podcast series. So if you're a water sign, that's Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, thank you for hanging in there until the end. This is going to be juicy because what I love about the water sign entrepreneurs is that they are emotionally connected to their end game. These people are strategic powerhouses, but also really connected to their clients or customers, as well as what they're ultimately here to do. So just to recap, if you're joining us today and you haven't listened to the other episodes in this series, here's what you need to know. In astrology, there are 4 energy types or elements that each correspond to 3 zodiac signs. In this 4-week series, I've been exploring how these elements are playing out for you as an entrepreneur in terms of your marketing, your launch style, and your team. I recommend you listen to these episodes based on your sun sign, your rising sign, or your moon sign, or a combination of these, because these are the big 3 that have the most weight in your chart. In addition to your sun, moon, and rising, if you know your birth chart and you notice that you have a lot of personal planets, we're talking about Mercury, Venus, and Mars, those are the personal planets, in water signs, this is a huge clue that the water element is going to be prominent in the way you do business. You can also look to your Jupiter and Saturn as well. I would not worry too much about the outer planets like Pluto, Uranus, Neptune, and the asteroids, as this is probably not going to have as much impact in terms of your elemental signature. It's still important, but it's not as heavily weighted as those, the big 3 and then those personal planets. Particularly if you have a range of personal planets, say like Mercury, Venus, and Mars, all in the same element, then that's obviously going to give you a lot more weight in that area, a lot more emphasis in that area. Okay, let's dive into water sign energy. Water sign entrepreneurs are in touch with the emotions or feelings of themselves and others. They are empathetic, intuitive, and responsive. This makes them excellent as coaches and marketers and at customer service in general. And as I said last week, both the earth and water elements are considered to be the yin, the feminine or the receptive polarity in astrology, while the air and fire are that yang, driving, or masculine polarity. Water signs, by their nature, are more fluid than the other energy types. They can take on many forms because water has no form of its own. This means that they're more adaptable and they can literally go with the flow more easily than the other signs. A little disclaimer here about Scorpio energy. This is not so much for you because you have that fixed modality, the fixedness about you. So it's a little bit harder for you to go with the flow. And this can show up particularly if you have a Scorpio moon, but that's for a whole other episode. But particularly the Cancer and Pisces people have this ability to kind of go with the flow a lot more than the others. And Scorpios do have an ability to adapt and be flexible, especially during challenging circumstances. Scorpios are amazing in a crisis. So that's something really good to know about water energy. But you're also highly sensitive and you can reflect whoever you're with, because it's so easy for water water type entrepreneurs to take on other people's energy and emotions. You're really like a mirror for others often. But that can mean that you tend to feel more vulnerable and exposed or overwhelmed. And because of that, you can react in some self-protective ways, right? So this can mean that you are a bit more introverted, or you keep to yourself more because it feels more difficult to put yourself out there. You feel more exposed than others, particularly when it comes to, social media and any kind of visibility push that you're doing. It can feel a lot harder for the water signs to do this. You may feel like you need to keep to yourself in order to keep your inner calm as well. Like in order to keep the waters still, you need to keep away from others or something, or you need to protect your energy more. And that is a great skill for water signs to have, actually, is to be able to engage with people while they are protecting their energetic boundaries. When it comes to marketing, water signs are great at developing intuitive connections and content. This is a real skill of the water sign energy. So if you have a gut feeling that your audience needs to hear something from you, go with it, because you are much more in tune than you realize. You are great at using your imagination and your creativity to solve problems and tap into what's really going on with your clients. If you can channel that into your communication, you'll have posts, emails, and video that your audience absolutely loves and can't get enough of, right? So a couple of things to note, that during a launch or a visibility push, you do need to protect your energy. Because you have access to this incredible empathy, you need to protect your boundaries during promotions, or you will end up feeling drained by them. Like the earth signs, you might also find it difficult to be spontaneous and impromptu during a live launch or during a promotion. So make sure you feel really organized and planned. It may be that the evergreen model suits you a lot better than live launching too. That's something to consider. But in general, if you are running launches and you do have a lot of water energy, or earth energy for that matter, being planned, feeling organized, having a lot of downtime for yourself to kind of reset those energetic boundaries are particularly important to you in that time. It's also amazing what you can do with your sales copy because of your emotional connectivity, right? Because of your ability to literally channel those emotions into words. A lot of the water signs have this great ability to write really engaging and emotionally capturing content. So use that superpower in your launches. Really get that into your sales copy. And you feel strongly connected to who you're helping and why. So you need to keep that in mind when you're putting yourself out there, so that it doesn't feel so threatening, so that you can lean into the visibility more. Okay, when it comes to your team, and I should clarify, when I'm talking about teams, I'm not necessarily just talking about your employees, right? I'm talking about everyone who helps you in your business, from your virtual assistant to your coach or your mentor, like everybody that you're bringing in to help you in your business. They might not be direct employees of yours. They're offering you some sort of unique perspective. And if you're a water sign, adding fire people to your water energy can be a steamy but creative combination. So if you want to create some really powerful content, get some help from a fire energy person. That is going to just really juice things up a lot. But you probably want that in, short times. In order to get that consistency and flow, what you're going to want is earth. Again, I've said this probably in all the episodes, because earth has that grounding, and it's kind of, particularly for water signs, what it does is that the earth gives form and structure to the water, and the water softens the earth. So it's like this beautiful symbiotic relationship, right? And that can be amazing if you are trying to grow things in a flowing and consistent way. So this is the kind of person I would recommend if you're a water energy, having an earth energy in your support team, like as your OBM or your virtual assistant. That could be really, really helpful. If you're the visionary, you need that earth energy to kind of help to create structure and form to that energy, right? So air energy people can also be great if you're looking to build more connections and relationships or to improve the impact and reach of your communication, because we know like air can help water reach more places, right? With the rain, and because it carries things distances, if we just think of that analogy. So water and air can be great, but all of these things are really important for you to understand what elements you need to create that balance and flow and ease for yourself. Because if you are a really strong water energy, or if you're really strong in any of the elements, it's likely that you are lacking in one of the other elements. So you need to kind of bring that into your business to really help just balance things out, make things flow, make things work, make things more efficient, make things more powerful in general. If you have that lovely balance of the elements, that's going to be much more powerful in business. So that's the water sign entrepreneur. And that is the end of this 4-part series. I would love to hear what you've thought about this and if it's been helpful for you, if there's anything else you want to know that I haven't touched on. So please continue this conversation over on Instagram and check out the previous episodes on the other elements if you haven't listened to them already. In the meantime, if you want to work with your astrological energy and uncover your unique business message, you can still access my Cosmic Business Messaging Masterclass for free at the moment. As part of this, you will get a video training with downloadable slides and a workbook to clearly explain how you can apply this in your business right now. And if you want to go even further with this, if you want to take a deeper look at how your astrological energy is playing out in your business, now is the time to book a one-on-one session with me. For a limited time, I'm running shorter 45-minute sessions, which can give you this powerful taste of what working with your cosmic energy can do for you. It's a succinct and powerful one-on-one Zoom call where we dive into your big astrological placements, that would be your sun, moon, and rising, to get you that clarity and perspective on your business and personal brand. We also look at the ruling planet of your public reputation sector, which is something that a lot of people don't know about and is amazing at giving you clarity in your business. And we talk about how you can work with this ruling planet of your public reputation sector to get you more powerful results in marketing, in visibility, all of that good stuff. The link to book in with me is in the show notes. Have an amazing week, and I'll be back very soon. Thanks for joining me on the Cosmic Business Breakthrough. If you'd like to learn more about what I do, head to sophiapalace.com or follow me at Sophia Palace over on Instagram. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, I'd love for you to take a moment and review the show if you found it helpful and share it with a few friends. Thanks again, and I'll speak to you next time.